Look at how my shadow is projecting over on the outcrop. That's really cool. I don't know if you guys can see that. Wow, that's really wild. All right, welcome back everyone. It is a beautiful late Sunday afternoon outside of Flagstaff, Arizona here. We are up by a place called Lake Marshall, just tooling around on some back roads with some beautiful views of the mountains over there. And I decided to come up here today on this late Sunday afternoon because, first of all, it was 1 year ago that I was up here recording my first ever footage on my GoPro. So I just kind of thought it'd be fun to revisit this spot. I don't have a whole lot of time for a ride today, so this is really close to my house and I just thought it'd be a nice place to visit. But also because if you watched that video from a year ago, you'll know that it was my birthday ride, and sure enough, this is again my birthday ride. So I just wanted to get out before the week started and enjoy an hour on the Himalayan and play around in the woods a bit. And you know, this weekend I spent the whole weekend down in Sedona, completely unplugged and disconnected for the sole reason of just getting away and enjoying nature. I hiked on a bunch of trails and explored some really cool places, found some caves, and yeah, just really neat stuff down in Sedona. And I didn't record a single video, and it was delightful. So yeah, I'm back now, and before the crazy Thanksgiving week rolls in, I just wanted to get out on a beautiful, beautiful birthday ride. And look at this, what better place to go out my back door than just up here by Lake Marshall. So I will be putting the bike up for storage probably sometime in the next month, maybe month and a half. So I'll certainly document that process. But yeah, today is just all about breathing in the fresh outside air and exploring some of these roads and revisiting some of the fun places that I went to a year ago. All right, I do remember this section. It starts to get really fun back in here. I'm probably just gonna take this road out to that water tower, that little water tank, and then turn around and come back and then explore one other spot that I remember being really cool. And that's it, just play around a little bit. I brought my drone, so I might try and get some drone footage. I did repair it, it's working well now. So that should be good. All right. This is starting to get a little chunkier, so we're gonna take this nice and easy. Oh yeah. Foot on the brake. I do remember this being a little bit technical and through this bit here. Sure enough, it is definitely a little fun back in here. Oh yeah. Oh, there's a little puddle over there, a little mud puddle, and it's got ice on it. Wow, it really is cold up in here. Yep, that is ice. We are quite chilly today. I think if I ever had any friends come up here to ride with me, I'd take them back here for sure. It's just such a really beautiful place and fun little road. Wow. Yeah, this is just superb. I can't stress that enough. If any of you guys watching this live out west, please, please, please give me a shout, and I'll take you up here. I'll take you on any of these trails that I go explore on. I think you really will have a great time. I mean, heck, just what I've learned in the last year, I feel like I could make a riding series in Flagstaff and invite people from all over to come and just take people on like a greater tour of Flagstaff and turn it into like a 7-day moto camping trip. There's just, I mean, this whole area is Coconino National Forest. You can camp anywhere. So heck, man, maybe I'll put that together. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Oh, here's the water tank. I think this is where I'm going to turn around. So any of you that have watched my videos, I'll let you guess at what my age is. I'm always curious if I look my age or not, or if I look older or if I look younger. So I'm very curious to hear what you guys think is my age. Well, I hope a lot of you that are in the States at least have some really good plans for Thanksgiving. I know for me, I'm really looking forward to seeing some family because, you know, just these last couple years have really limited the amount of family gatherings that have been possible, and gonna be seeing some family, so I'm pretty excited about that. Now that I'm had my booster shot, I feel like I'm pretty safe to get out and interact with folks a little bit. But yeah, you know, we're not through this pandemic yet. There's still a lot of people getting sick. Just trying to do what I can to do my part and keep masking up. And, you know, I know that for whatever reason it's turned somewhat political, which is a shame because, you know, being a scientist and someone that works in science, it's always very disheartening when science becomes political, because it's just science. That's all it is. There's no politics, it's just science. But it becomes political, and then we lose sight of things that are really important. Yeah, all right, we are heading back up the chunky stuff here. Oh yeah. This is pretty fun. I forgot about how this little bit in here was a little bit more aggressive. Ooh, there we go. Oh, and then we've got this little ramp here. Oh, all right, we did it. Just enough to be fun, but not stressful, like I said. Oh, so any of you guys watching, if you ever make it out this way to northern Arizona, I definitely recommend going down and exploring Sedona some if you can. There's just some really fantastic geology down there and some amazing little secret places that you can discover. Like, we went to a place called the Subway and another place called Hideout Cave, which I documented in one of my videos, and just a bunch of really awesome trails, especially if you're into mountain biking. There's a ton of stuff down there. But also, with that said, you've got to be careful because Sedona is very, very crowded and busy with tourists. There's a strange fascination and subculture in Sedona with sort of this whole, like, I don't know, metaphysical crystal aura, Zen vortex type weird nonsense. Sorry for all of those of you that are into that sort of thing. No offense meant there. But speaking as a scientist, I certainly don't buy into any of that stuff. However, it does attract a lot of tourists. So if you're going to go to Sedona, just keep that in mind, especially on the weekends. It can become very, very, very busy with tourists. So try to find the trails that are perhaps a little bit more off the beaten track. And yeah. Something that I wanted to pass along to some of you guys is I did have a small problem with the Himalayan recently that I wanted to at least make known and make public. So a couple of weeks ago, I noticed that when I flipped on my blinker or my turn signal, it was no longer blinking. It was just coming on and staying on, like the left or right, or even my flashers. So I immediately assumed that it was the relay, you know, the flasher relay. And so I found it. It was behind the right panel on the Himalayan. I took it out, but it was a very different shape from the flasher unit in previous models of the Himalayan, because this one now also controls the hazard lights. So I took it out and I kind of like cleaned off the electrodes and kind of tapped it on the table a little bit, just because I know sometimes relays get stuck, and plugged it back in and it's working. So, but the reason that I'm bringing it up is because while that did work, I was still thinking like I should order a new one, and I could not find the part anywhere. anywhere online. If you Google the part number, literally Google comes back with no hits. So it is a very, very difficult part to find. And so just keep that in mind for anybody out there that has a 2021 or newer Himalayan, is that you may have some trouble finding the turn signal relay. All right, we got a little technical bit in here. I think I'm gonna try and go this way. Yeah, that was the way to do it. We got some mountain bikers there. That was pretty cool. Oof, some good bumps in there. All right, let's get back out to the main road here. Something else that I wanted to talk about really quick that I forgot to mention was I bought this defogging spray and sprayed it on the visor of my helmet and on both sides, and I am like really trying to fog up my visor, and it is just not fogging up at all, and it seems to have done the trick. I don't know how long it'll last, but I'll certainly put the link for the product that I bought. Ooh, that trail looks like it'd be a lot of fun. Whoa, a New York license plate. That's my home state. There's the Arizona trail right there. All right, let us make our way back. It's funny how I can come back to these same places over and over and over again, and they just never get old for me. I always enjoy it, and I know that part of it is just because I enjoy being on the motorcycle, but I'm also a very nostalgic person, and when I go someplace new, I often form a bond kind of with that place, and then every time I go back, it just brings a smile to my face. And so I'm having very fond memories of this area because of my trip here last year for my birthday. And you know, it was very soon after buying the bike, and it was only probably my third or fourth ride on it, and it just makes me happy thinking about it. So when I come back here, all those memories come flooding back, and it's just it's very satisfying. Look at how my shadow is projecting over on the outcrop. That's really cool. I don't know if you guys can see that. Wow, that's really wild. It's a Kaibab limestone, very famous formation. It sits at the top of the Grand Canyon. It's also what my house is built on. I always go through here just because it's more fun. Ah, yes, one of my favorite places to come at sunset, right here. Ride the undulations. Haha. Whoa, very sandy. I was not expecting that. Oh my goodness, that was really sandy, and I almost just lost it. Well, I guess it all comes with the territory. We are very close to my famous sandy trail. Alaska plates, wow. Quite far from home. Look at that sunset. Man, that is going to be beautiful. Last time I was here, there was a very large herd of elk that just kind of sauntered across the my field of view across the street. It certainly was something I wasn't anticipating seeing. All right, guys. Well, it's a little bit too windy for the drone tonight, so instead, I think I'm just going to enjoy the sunset here, soak in these last few minutes of my birthday weekend in this really beautiful and serene spot, look for some elk, and then pack it up and head back home and call it a day. So, sounds like a plan. I hope you all enjoyed the ride, and as always, take care, be safe, have a great holiday week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.